My name is Ronald. I'm 64 years old. I've been living in Montreal for about 45 years, so I'm a Montrealer. At the moment, I teach English second language, which is a very big business here in Montreal. All students must study English in school from kindergarten up to college, so it's a busy job. But I'm retiring soon, in a few months. Looking forward to that, and I will be traveling again, and without restriction, and when I want to, instead of just vacation time. So looking forward to that. So let's talk about couchsurfing. I have been hosting for couchsurfing for the last 4 or 5 years, but I've always had a lot of visitors in my house. People come to Montreal a lot. It's a very touristic town, a lot of festivals in the summer. And I've had people come for the jazz festival, and there was like 7 people. In fact, there were times I had to stay with friends because my place was full. So I'm used to having a busy house, and I enjoy it. The first sort of couchsurfing experience I had actually was way before that. Maybe 30, 40 years ago, when I was living in Quebec, and I met a backpacker looking for the youth hostel. He couldn't find it, and it was raining and it was cold, and so I said, well, you can stay with me. And we became friends, and then he started sending all his friends from Belgium, and I had several people from Belgium visit me, and I'm still friends with them. So that was sort of the beginning of informally hosting strangers. But then I heard about couchsurfing, and I made my profile, and got some requests, and after that it's just been a lot of people coming, and it's been great. People from everywhere who they're sort of a typical theme of couch surfers, I would say. They're young people, they don't have a lot of money, so they can't afford a hotel necessarily. And backpacker, some of them have work permits for Canada, but they're usually traveling farther. They may start in Montreal, but they're coming or going somewhere else as well, and eventually, of course, return to their country. Definitely the most valuable, interesting, and positive part of couchsurfing is meeting people, of course, having them discover the city, talking about where they're from, and a lot of cultural language exchange too, because I speak 5 languages. It's fun to practice them with the couchsurfers, and to help them as well when they want to learn English or French. So that's good. And very simple things. Couchsurfers often will maybe even bring food from their own country, or we will cook food which is typical of their country. So there's sort of culinary exchange as well, culture, language, or just having a coffee with them. But generally, I would say, yeah, getting to know people. And then when you travel, you may not want to, I don't always stay with them, because it's not always possible. Sometimes they live with their parents, or they're in a university dorm or something like that. But when I travel, I often meet up with former couch surfers, and we get together. They show me their town, we have a drink, and so it's sort of fun to know people from that have been to Montreal, been to my house, and then see them later in their hometown. And I have done the exchange. I have stayed with people that stayed with me, so that was special as well. The mannequin was a Christmas present. Yeah, a friend brought it and put it in front of my door Christmas morning, and she was wearing a wedding dress, and he rang the bell and rang the bell and rang the bell until I got up. And when I went to the door, it was there, so I brought it in quickly before the neighbors saw it, and And ever since then, the couchsurfers have been dressing her, sometimes giving their clothes, or finding clothes, in sidewalk sales, and she's had many apparitions. Well, it's pretty much a routine now, so I more or less know what to expect from people, but yeah, each visitor is different, and you learn a lot from them. So yeah, and you make friendships. So it's all good things, and I hope to continue in that way.